Today, we're going to take a brief and amazing tour of the townhouse community Pavilions at Pantops. Come on, let's check it out.
Let's start with the big picture. Here, we've got the Pavilions at Pantops location. You can kind of see here how it sits just to the east side of Charlottesville, right there. And I just want to show if you're first-time home buyers or your first-time, first time into Charlottesville, this is, I believe, just a wonderful location because it's so easily accessible to a lot of things. Well, we'll do a little close-up here first. As you get in closer, you can see there are all the townhomes. There are just a lot of varied townhomes throughout the pavilions right here. And you're close to a lot of things right here where Richmond Road, Route 250 comes into town. And hey, here's what's interesting. If any of you are Chick-fil-A fans, you can just come out of one of your townhomes here and just walk up the street and there's Chick-fil-A. You got a Walgreens drugstore right there. Right across the street, you've got Giant Food. You've got yourself a Chipotle and a Starbucks, and there's just all kind of stuff. And as you go down the hill over here, there's all kind of food places going down the hill. So as we go, the other cool thing that's local, really close in here, is Dardentow Park. So just up the way and across the way right here, there's Dardentow Park. So I mean, right over here, it's just like 5 minutes from you. This is just so much beautiful open space out here. And when you're out there on Dardentow, I mean, you got distant western mountain views. It's just gorgeous. It's just a wonderful place. You've got, they got softball fields. They've got picnic shelters. You've got here, soccer fields. It's just all kind of stuff, tennis courts. So that is so cool, just being close in right where you are. Be back over here. Okay, and then so a couple other things. Let's just back off to show a little bit how close you are to some other elements around town. Let's see here. Yeah, let's get over this way a little bit so you can see where you are there. Okay. There we go. So let's say you are over here. Let's say you're a Whole Foods person. Hey, so here's the cool thing. Let me get my little line drawer here. You can actually just pop on to 250 bypass, which is Richmond Road. As you come down to the Rivanna River here, there's a light before and a light after the river. But once you get through that, you are straight all the way through, no lights. It's just a nice inner-town bypass. I grew up here from 1960 on. I remember when that wasn't that way. And once they made those changes, it is so much better now. And you can get into Whole Foods right there. I mean, that's a quick, easy trek. It really is. And not only that, and you got Trader Joe's just above that. And here's the Stonefield area where you got Burton's Grill, you've got Burger Buck, you've got Regal Cinemas, you got just a whole lot of stuff right there. And if you're a Costco person, that's right there. So all of that is really easily accessible. Of course, with Charlottesville, and then you've got, over as you come up this way, you can take McIntyre Road or other roads, University of Virginia right here. Just everything is so easily accessible from this great location. This historic downtown mall right here in this area, just quickly accessible coming in McIntyre Road. So here's the other part. Let's say you are, back it up like this, you got to get your Wegmans. Some people got to get their Wegmans. Here's the cool thing. You don't have to come through town. Let me do my little scribble again. The nice thing I love about this location is you can pop out 250, and that's not like 3 minutes. That's nothing. You can get on the interstate and just have a clean shot. You get in off the 5th Street exit and you're right there at Wegmans. That was easy. I mean, this is so easy. I just love this location just because of that. And then also it's just kind of cool if you have friends or family around. The nice thing about just being so close like that, you're like 3 minutes and you're on the interstate. You can go west. It's where you can get to Crozet. Easy. You can pop on 64 and go east. You can go to Richmond. Easy peasy. So I just think it's one of the best north, south, east, west locations. Like here, as you've gone through town, you're already on 29 North going up there. If you come and get on the interstate, you can pop down on 20 and go all the way down to Scottsville or Scottsville, way down there. So Scottsville is about 30 minutes south. So wonderful, accessible location for wherever you want to be. All right, let's get back in here now and get a little bit closer in so you can see what's going on with these guys. All right, now we're going to go in a little bit closer and just kind of show you what's going on with some of these townhomes. And the thing about Pavilions at Pantops is the variety is huge. So we're going to start here with this group of townhomes. These were Ryan Homes built products. And they're fronting on, major input road, Rolkin Road coming in here. So you can see these units, they just have a sidewalk in the front because they couldn't put driveways on this major thoroughfare. So in the front, you can look at it, it's got 2 stories in the front. Let's turn around and look at the back. So when you see the back, it's almost like a 3-story home in the rear. And you see you've got double parking space. You have this back alleyway coming in here, and you can park 2 cars side by side, but it's hard to see, but there's actually a garage under there. So these homes would be for somebody who's like, we're not really concerned about getting a big yard area. We're concerned about what's inside the house. We need good parking. Then those would suit actually really quite well for that. So then let's look at the second group over here behind them. On the other side of the alleyway, these guys front on Montessori Terrace over here. So you can see these are made a little different. These actually have these nice little attached garages. You still have that cars, in their sideways, so you can pull 2 cars there, and you still have a garage. These actually have a little courtyard area. Each one's divided from the others. So you have a little courtyard area. So that's your space, your kind of family space in the courtyard right there. Because if we turn it around and look at the front, again, you can see here, they just have sidewalks coming into the front because this is, again, highly used. There's 3 stories in the front. Now, if we keep going across the street and you look at another type, this is the next type we got on the other side of Montessori. And these are still Ryan Homes products. Now, these are a little different. These have assigned parking. You can see all of those. Some of them, there's some visitor parkings. You can't quite see it, but that's what that is. And then the other ones are assigned parking. So you don't have a garage on these. You'd have to say, okay, I've got one, maybe two car spaces assigned. That's what we got. You have to be okay with that. The neat thing about these is that if you're more saying we want a little bit of outside space, well, here we go. That's kind of cool. Here you got a 2-level deck. You got a deck over here, a deck over here. Some of these others just open up as a door to the ground, but this is all common area between these 2 groups. So you got a lot of common area here. You can see that all these have decks, raised decks on every one of them, but you've got the benefit of all this extra common area. So it kind of depends, what you're looking for in your setup. Is garage space important to you? Is having some open green space, common area important to you? So now let's look on the other side of Asheville Drive over here. Oops, one more time. Sorry, I'm getting you all turned around. All right, over here on Asheville. Now, so this is another group. It's the same. You've got parking spaces, and again, 2-story in the front. You're going to have the 3-story in the rear, and you see the raised decks. And these are kind of cool. You got a lot of open space over here. Now, another thing I wanted to point out is that throughout the community, you've got these really nice little playground areas. Here's one over here on the backside of Asheville on Rolkin Road. I'll show you some of these other ones. Let me go locate them now. I got myself all turned around. Let me get back to where we are. Okay. That's where we are. Okay. There's another one right over here. Another little playground area. Let me blow that one up for you. I mean, these are really nice, and they just spread them out throughout the community, so they're easily accessible. Actually, you can have one house, you can have a couple playground areas accessible to you. There's another one right over here. Oops, get that guy up right there. Yep. Now it's got this. I've got a video I'll send you later in this video that I took right when I just came there. There's a really nice willow tree there. So there's some really nice setups all throughout this community. And here's some other. Now, the other builder in here was Southern Development, which built this grouping right here. And these are really nice homes. You can see this grouping right here. It's a real nice setup with, again, all of these guys. You're going to have either a backyard, and some people have chosen to enclose them, very nice, or it can just be like a patio area that's opened up. Here's got, you got a deck here, a deck here, a deck here. But you have opening, this actually rises up to the playground area. The playground area is much higher than these houses are. So it's kind of nice. It's buffered right here, but it's like it's an open area that, it's just more community area people can use. You see all these decks in the back over here. Again, that's a neat setup. And then you look around at the front of these units. Let me turn it around again for you. There you go. So all of these, really nice, have double decks, a higher deck. Usually that's off the master bedroom, and then a deck off the living room. And then you have a space to pull in one car width here, and then you have a one car garage right there. So all in all, there is a whole lot of variety out here. So you can see throughout the community how everything, it's all set up a little differently. It depends if you're on the road frontage. You're going to have the sidewalks coming in. You're going to have the parking in the back. Some of these, one final thing I'll show you. It's kind of cool when you get one that backs up to common area. Not only that, it's almost backed up to a wooded space. So you can actually get a feel of kind of being more country oriented. These are pretty cool right here. It's like, wow, that feels more private back here. But this is the one where you'd have to be okay with just a parking space and no garage. So it kind of depends, number one, on what are your needs. And then number two, what is available in the market when you're looking. But what a great community. Really well done.
So here you can see some of the units that have parking in the front. A couple spaces. Usually you can pull 2 cars in those spaces. And on the other side here we have the same. So on all these units that are fronting the main drag right here coming into Pavilions at Pantops, you can see there's no spacing in the front for parking. So you just have a walkway coming in, and then you're going to have parking in the rear for all of those. So the units with the sidewalks in the front, you'll see parking in the rear, such as this, with garages actually underneath. Now this group of townhomes here has parking in the front, but we're here at the rear of the house, which is on the main drag. And you'll see each one of these, they actually have enclosed yard areas in the rear in each one of them. So you got a lot of variety here. And then another group over here, you can see you've got parking in the front, plus garages in the front as well. So here's one of the children's playground areas. Very nice. And here's some homes with areas backed up to the common ground. You can see rear decks on most all of these. And here we have another playground area for the children. And depending on your location, now and then you can get into a spot that has some beautiful, distant Blue Ridge Mountain views. It can happen right here. If you're considering a move to Charlottesville, give me a call. I'd love to show you around town. My name is Maury, and I've helped homebuyers get great deals on their purchases since 1990 in Charlottesville and all 7 surrounding counties. Let's chat and get you on a good path right away.